Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. My group and I will be presenting to you on solving inequalities. Hello, my name is Kiran and I will be showing you how to solve linear inequalities. So we have two open brackets, 1 minus 4r close brackets is less than negative 2 open brackets r plus 3 close brackets minus 4. First of all, we will have to get rid of our brackets, so we're going to get 2 minus 8r is less than negative 2r minus 6 minus 4. You're going to group your like terms, anything that you can, which will result in a negative 10 because of negative 6 and the negative 4. Now you'll transpose your like terms, which will give you 8 minus 8r plus 2r, which is less than negative 10 minus 2. So these two numbers over here, which is negative 10 and negative 2, are going to give you negative 12. And these two over here are going to give you negative 6r. Now you're going to go ahead and divide both sides by 6, with negative 6 that is, which would cancel out your negatives and result in a sign change between, which would now be a greater than sign for the r side. So it's going to be positive r is greater than 2. Now to show this on a number line, you will get your numbers. Let's start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the number that you got is 2, so there's going to be a circle on the 2 and an arrow pointing all the way past where you can see. That means that r is greater than 2 always. So now to write your answer, you're going to have an infinity symbol. It's not you're gonna have an infinity symbol and in set builder notation, r is greater than 2. The x in this means all numbers. The line means all numbers that are considered. Your r is your x. The greater than sign is greater than, and the number that you get goes there.
Hello there, my name is Oscar Castro and I will be showing you how to solve linear inequalities. So for my first example, it's x minus 3 greater than 7. So to solve this, we need to add 3 to both sides of the equation. So the negative 3 and the positive 3 will cancel, leaving us with x greater than 10, because when you add the 3 to the 7, it will give you 10. For my second example, it's 8x minus 5 open bracket 4x plus 1 close bracket less than or equal to negative 1 plus 2 open bracket 4x minus 3 close bracket. Now this may seem very daunting, but no need to worry. As long as you follow the rules, you will be okay. So first, to solve this, you bring down the 8x, then you distribute the negative 5 there that you see to the brackets, which will now give us negative 12x minus 5 greater than or equal, and then you do the same with the positive 2 on the other side that you see in front of the bracket. So it will continue 8x minus negative 6, and then we merge the 8x minus 20x, which will be negative 12x minus 5 greater than or equal to negative 7 plus 8x. And now to get rid of the 8x, we add negative 8 to both sides of the equation, which will give us negative 20x minus 5 greater than or equal to negative 7. And now from here, we add 5 to both sides of the equation to get rid of the negative 5. So the new answer will be negative 20x greater than or equal to 2. Now to go from here, we need to divide by a negative sign. So when multiplying or dividing by a negative sign, the inequality sign will change to the opposite direction. So now we divide by negative 20x on both sides, leaving us with our final answer, which is x less than, it will no longer be greater than, it will change now to less than 110. And the interval notation for this is open bracket negative infinity because it continues, comma 110, and then it has a square bracket because the square bracket indicates that that is included in the notation in the set.
The example I will be showing today is negative 5 open bracket 1 minus 4a close bracket is greater than negative 5. So in order to solve this, we will be using distributive property. So negative 5 times 1 is negative 5, and negative 5 times negative 4a, when you multiply two negatives, it becomes a positive, so we will have 20a. Then we just bring down the greater than negative 5. Now we are trying to get the constants on one side and the variables on the other side. So we will bring down the 20a to put it by itself. So we have the variable on one side, now we have to get the constants on the other side. So in order to bring this negative 5 here, we need to change the sign. So the negative 5 will become a positive 5, and we just bring down the negative 5 that is already here. We will bring down the 20a, and we will solve the positive 5 minus 5. So 5 minus 5 equals 0. And now we need to get the variable by itself. So in order to do that, we will divide the 20, put it in a fraction, 20a divided by 20. And what we do on one side, we do on the other side. So we'll have 0 divided by 20. And 20 divided by 20 is, you cancel that out, so it becomes only the a by itself. And then 0 divided by 20 is 0. Now we have the answer.
My name is Dynahli Romero, and I will be presenting on solving linear inequalities. So the problem I chose is 3 minus 2 open bracket n minus 4 close bracket is greater than negative 1. So first you start by distributing. So this would be negative 2 times n and negative 2 times negative 4. So then it would be 3 and then minus 2n after you've multiplied this, and plus 8 because when you multiply this you get positive 8, greater than negative 1. You add like terms, group and add like terms, and you get a positive 11 from the 3 and the positive 8. And then you just leave the 2n as is. So 11 minus 2n is greater than negative 1. After that, you transpose the 11 to the right side, which would then be, would leave the negative 2n on the left side, and would be greater than negative 1 minus 11. So this would then be negative 2n is greater than negative 12 after you've added them. And to get rid of the negative 2 and leave only the variable, you would divide it by a negative 2. There would be negative 2 divided by negative 2 is greater than negative 12 divided by negative 2. And because you divided this with a negative number, you are to invert the sign, so it is no longer n is greater than, but it would be n is less than 6. And the interval notation would be 6 and infinity, and this would be represented, what would be represented on a number line. And lastly, the set builder notation is expressed as this.